It's going down, and you know me, it's down, and everybody hit the ground before you hear that loud sound. Thug music. She killed it on that part, son. She came out with it's going down, and you know we get down, and everybody hit the ground before you hear that loud sound. Yo, it was good, man. Rap mythology, sports magic. I had to talk about this concert I went to last night, man. Loud Records 25th anniversary. The shit was so ill, man. Spiritually, man, it was on another level, and I think it's like almost my duty to document that shit, man. And you know what I'm saying, talk about where it went down on the spiritual level, because a lot of people might not know like how deep that shit was, son. That shit was so deep. Word, son. So yeah, the concert was at Radio City Music Hall in Manhattan. You know what I mean? And you know, the lineup was the main lineup was Big Pun, Mobb Deep, WuTang or whatever. Alcoholics came through. You know what I'm saying? Beat Nuts showed up with Fat Joe. You know what I mean? Dead Prez was there. You know what I'm saying? And might have been a couple other small acts, but everybody was fucking there, man. Everybody was there, son, on a spiritual level. So, you know, of course, out of Fat Joe, you know, did a little tribute to Big Pun. You know what I'm saying? Mobb Deep did a tribute to Prodigy. You know what I'm saying? And then WuTang had ODB or whatever. So it was like this divine trinity, you know what I'm saying, of rap in the spiritual realm, you know what I'm saying, connected to the concert or whatever. So the energy in there was just crazy, you know what I mean? It was a beautiful crowd. It was just white people, Asian, black, white, Spanish, like, you know, every race was there, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was there, B, you know what I mean? So alright, so let me break it down for you. So there was wild God energy up in there. Like Fat Joe and Big Pun, they're the archetype of the hero twins. You know what I'm saying? The hero twins are the gods of like the Aztec and Mayan, you know what I'm saying, Mesoamerica mythology. They were the gods of the ball court games, you know what I'm saying, from Mesoamerica. So Fat Joe was coming through with that energy and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Prodigy, I don't know Prodigy's archetype or whatever, but you know, Prodigy was always spitting that real shit, always illuminating motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? He was the first one talking about all that Illuminati shit or whatever, bringing all that shit to light. And in his latest music, he's going in, you know, talking about the real shit, you know what I'm saying? The real shit. And then you got ODB with that Osiris energy. ODB had the Osiris archetype. You know what I'm saying? So there was mad surprise guests and shit too, B. There was mad surprise guests. DMX came out. DMX is Anubis. You know what I'm saying? Little Kim came out. You know what I'm saying? Little Kim got the Sekhmet archetype. You know what I mean? The Little Kim, she came out fresh to death, looking all weird in the face and shit, but she did her thing. She did her thing, man. She fucking came up with a new dance to that, it's on some real shit, Nick and Nigga Phil shit. She had a new dance that she, came out with or whatever. That shit was crazy, son. She killed it. She was fucking fresh to death. She had on some high heels and shit, some brown type of shit. She was Sekhmeted out, B. You know what I mean? She looked mad different or whatever now, but she's that plastic surgery shit is actually like, you know, I think she's trying to transform herself into more of a Sekhmet type image or whatever, because you know what I'm saying, that's what she kind of looks like now. She looks like a lion in the face, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So That shit was mad deep, son. Then fucking ODB, son. You know what I mean? Now, yo, what was crazy was everybody that was going except for Big Pun, like Prodigy, there was a nigga on stage dressed up just like how Prodigy was in that Shook Ones video with the army coat and the head and the bandana on tied around his head and whatnot. He had the same voice as Prodigy and everything. It looked like Prodigy was there. It looked like who else? And it looked like ODB was there. ODB, son. See, he looked more like ODB. He has like that same kind of weight that ODB had when he left. So this nigga just looks like a young fucking, you know what I'm saying, ODB and shit. Like, this nigga had all the movements and shit with his hands and all that shit. Like, he killed it or whatever, man, on that ODB shit. He really brought that ODB energy, like, wow. You know what I'm saying? They talk about them actors and the WuTang. They should have just threw that nigga in there, son. Cause they should have just threw that nigga in there, son. Put the fucking gold teeth in his mouth or whatever. You know what I mean? Just try to make this nigga lose as much weight as possible and shit. Before that shit, they should have put that nigga on a fucking training program or something, son. You know what I mean? And put that nigga up in there, cause he killed the performance, B. He killed it, man. You know what I'm saying? The Locks came out for one song, which kind of blew me away, cause these niggas had a show. These niggas had a show at 9 o'clock somewhere else. So I forgot where, Sony Music Hall or something like that. And these niggas came out at like 9:15. I know they show started at like 9 o'clock, but that was that Biggie energy. You know what I'm saying? Biggie was up in there. You know what I mean? So on a spiritual level, so as above, so below. You know, now this was the metaphysical shit that's so ill. You know what I'm saying? There's these parties in the astral realm that be so ill, and what I think it was connected to was some sort of celebration or whatever for Kobe in the astral realm. As above, so below. And remember, Kobe played in the Rucker. You know what I'm saying? When all that Fat Joe shit, when they had all that shit popping or whatever, it had all the NBA players coming out to the Rucker and all that. You know what I mean? So it was almost like the two was connected. Exhibit came out. Exhibit was like one of the first acts that came out. And that was kind of like that Kobe connection, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, that Cali connection or whatever to Kobe and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? This nigga had everybody going in for Kobe and shit. You know what I'm saying? Word. So it was like a big party like in the astral realm. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of, it was like, man, that was how it manifested in the physical, you know what I'm saying? Down here and shit, B. But it should inspire me to want to go deeper, man. To want to go deeper, you know what I mean, into the spiritual shit. And get to these places and talk to these people, you know what I'm saying? And figure out all the connections and what's really going on. But I know, like I said, as above, so below. So that party, how it was going on down there, even though you couldn't see Prodigy and Big Pun, you know what I'm saying, and Biggie and Old Dirty Bastard and Kobe and whatnot, that shit was going on in the spiritual realm, son. It was probably even way iller over there, you know what I mean? Word, son. So the other thing that was crazy ill was that everybody that passed away, like when they parts was coming on, like it was the divine feminine, you know what I'm saying, spitting their lyrics and shit. Like Fat Joe, Big Pun had Remy Martin. Well, Remy Martin came out too. Remy Martin and Fat Joe was the flyest dress out of everybody that that came out, son. Remy Martin and Fat Joe fucking smashed it, B. Word. That nigga Fat Joe, he was like, yo, I ain't playing with y'all tonight. I got that cocaine white on tonight. I ain't fucking playing with y'all in New York City. Like, let's get it, yo. This nigga had all the fucking chains on and shit with the white on white uptowns and shit. Probably with some, you know what I'm saying, with some white velour shit with the white snorkel. This nigga Remy had a fucking queen's fur and shit. Like, you know how them kings and queens be having the fur, they be dragging across the floor and shit. All white, son. Like if she killed a polar bear or something, put that shit on her back, B. Word. You know what I mean? They was the flyest out of everybody and shit. So Remy spit all the Big Pun's lyrics. And then like Prodigy, it must have been like his sister or his baby moms or something like that. She was spitting all his lyrics. You know what I mean? So So Tupac, they was playing Tupac shit, you know what I'm saying, too. So Tupac was in the building too. But it was crazy how everybody that was passed away, their lyrics was coming through the divine feminine like that, you know what I'm saying? So that was another spiritual aspect to it or whatever, you know what I mean? Word. So nigga, I tore it down up in there. I went by myself, son, because I knew the spiritual significance of it or whatever, and I didn't feel like nobody was on that level with me, kind of like, you know what I mean? I don't know, I guess deserved to rock with me like that or whatever, you know what I mean? So yeah, I went by myself, and that shit was a mad. I had a good ass fucking time, because it was like I did like whatever the fuck I wanted to do. So you know what I'm saying? My seat was like, I had a decent seat or whatever. But you know, I got up fucking climbing over seats. I moved up close as I possibly could and shit, like right up in the edge of the second mezzanine, you know what I'm saying? So the view was good or whatever, you know what I mean? It wasn't like Summer Jam and shit. Summer Jam, if you in the top, you way in the fucking back of the stadium. It's like you right, looking down right on top of the stage and shit, you know what I'm saying? You just high up. Word. And you're not supposed to smoke in there. You know a nigga fucking blew it down in there. Yo, son, I only had 2 beers, but I burned like 5 L's back to back to back to back. Like, so by the time WuTang came on, son, everybody, like, everybody was getting fucked up, B. Everybody was smoking and shit. You're not even supposed to smoke in Radio City. Niggas was, yo, because the rappers kept saying, yo, light that shit up. Yo, they was like, yo, light that shit up, son. You know what I'm saying? Where that shit at? Niggas was lighting that shit up, son. You know what I mean? Where security wasn't tripping like that, whatever. Especially towards the end, you know what I'm saying? So I'm moving all around, seat to seat or whatever. You know what I mean? That's why I like going to a concert by myself or whatever. Because I'd be all through the fucking crowd. Like, I'll, you know what I'm saying, start moving around and shit. You know what I mean? So I was so fucking, I only had 2 beers. But, nigga, like, when I tried to go home and get on the train, I almost fucking threw up on the fucking train, son. I was like, damn, I've smoked way too much. But that shit was a memory, though, I'll never forget, though. You know what I mean? Yo, that's what I wanted to say, too. These New York City subways, B. These New York City subways got some shit with them, son. You know what I'm saying? I don't like riding on them shits. You know, now I'm, like, more spiritually, like, sensitive and shit like that. And it was like, I was kind of good, man, but when I got nauseous, it was something to do with the energy and of the people I was around in the subway. First, when I first got on the train, there was like a homeless dude on the train, and when I'm getting on, everybody's like covering their nose and shit like that, and like, you know, scrunching their face up, like covering their nose, like, oh, it smells bad. So I see that, and I try to run to the other car or whatever, but it was kind of crowded. I didn't have enough time. So I end up in the end of that car, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, I know that smell is going to get me nauseous or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, I started to smell it, like, you know, as the train starts going and shit, the shit starts fumigating over to where I'm at or whatever. You know what I mean? So then I hop in the other car or whatever when the train stopped, right? So I'm chilling. I'm good. I'm kind of good or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. And I don't got nothing against like gay people or nothing like that. Like, you do what you do, but there was this, I guess this guy, he was like real feminine looking or whatever. His hair was like blonde, and he looked, you know what I'm saying? Feminine or whatever, you know what I mean? And the dude kept was like looking at me and shit. You know how you can see somebody looking at you, but I'm trying to ignore him and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, this nigga probably fucking, you know what I'm saying, looking at me or whatever. You think I'm cute or something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm holding on to the rail or whatever, and the nigga walks by me. You know that, you know, he walks by me, he got his hand down like low. You know what I'm saying? You know how, you know what I'm saying? They be walking or whatever, and he rubs against my butt like when he walked by me. And I was mad, son. I wanted to turn around, like, because it was mad room. And I felt like he didn't have to walk that close to me or whatever. So I'm all uncomfortable and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, the dude on the other train is fucking stunk or whatever. Then this gay dude, I felt like he touched me, and I don't like strangers putting their hands on me, you know what I'm saying? And that has happened to me before, like when I've been overseas and other places, like gay guys or whatever will run by you, just grab your butt, son. You know what I'm saying? So these lady boys in Thailand or whatever. So I felt like that's what he did or whatever, and that shit had got me tight. So now I'm like moved away. I'm like aggravated from that. You know what I'm saying? The nauseous, the smells or whatever. So in my mind, right, I tried to close my eyes, and in my mind I just put up my like a big bright aura, white light. You know what I'm saying? I turned that shit to yellow, and then I have like this dude, this dude in my mind I created. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I forgot his name, son. I forgot his name, son, but I know what he looks like or whatever. It'll come back to me or whatever. It's Icy, right? Icy. This nigga, he's like a big, bright, white light or whatever. And whenever I have like negative thoughts, you know what I'm saying? I have this nigga like kill the thoughts or kill or just attack whatever's bothering me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like in my mind, just spreading this white light and kind of attacking like the gay dude or whatever, whoever's on the train, like, you know what I'm saying? And then like, I guess whatever spiritual force, whatever I hit or when I created that light, you know what I'm saying? Whatever I backed up off of me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Felt that energy came back at me. This is what I think really happened. Like, attacked me, and then I started getting wild, nauseous. I started sweating. I started feeling like I was about to throw up on the train. You know, I'm on a D train, so that shit is express. So I finally get off at 125th. You know what I'm saying? I had to get some air. I got off the train. I felt like way better. And I'm just like, God damn, these subways, son. I can't mess with these fucking subways in New York, B. Word. You know what I mean? When the train is spacey and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, but the concert was fucking dope as hell, though. It was on the crazy ill spiritual level. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? WuTang put on an ill performance, nigga. When these niggas put on Cashews, everything around me, that shit was fucking ill, son. That shit was ill. And it's just ill how our generation, you know, that music made such a impact on hip-hop, like, overall, you know what I mean? These dudes come out now, but they're not talking about anything really comedic or, you know what I'm saying, talking about God like that, or, you know what I'm saying, uplifting people. It's just a lot of low vibrational energy, you know what I'm saying? So WuTang, like, their music is a little low vibrational too, but the music, I mean, the lyrics are a little bit more high vibrational. So, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of meets you right there in the middle or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think that's about it, man. Word, I think that's about it. I'm going to upload this joint to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Loud Records, thank you for a good time. Shout out to everybody. You know, Lil Kim, I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? You're a god in my eyes. You know what I mean? I understand you. You know what I'm saying? Remy, y'all killed it. Prodigy, whoever that was, rapping for you, she killed it. You know what I'm saying? And that girl from Infamous, yo, it's going down, and you know, we get down, and everybody hit the grammar for you, hit the last sound. She killed it. She killed it. All the guys, all the female goddesses up in there killed that show, son. Y'all made that shit fire, B. You know what I mean? Shout out to NYC. The crowd was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was lit. Word, that was an LX experience, dude. You know what I mean? Alright, so I just wanted to give y'all the spiritual breakdown, you know what I'm saying, of the shit going on. But y'all was in the party with guys that night, man. That was a God party that night. You know what I'm saying? But alright, peace, yo. Rap mythology, sports magic. The name might change, you know what I'm saying? The name might change. I don't know. This is the beginning. This is the beginning stages of this one. Alright, but later, y'all. Peace.